Hey, this is the World Advice Channel too. What I want to talk about today is the topic of why the police are so annoying. So for this video, I'll explain in a simple and straightforward way why the police are not only annoying, but the most annoying organization here in the Western world, okay? Um, for that matter, okay? Just before I get into explaining why they're so annoying, I just want to make it clear to people that I'm not against the idea of the police, because obviously we need police to kind of keep our streets safe and keep people in general safe. But what I'm against is how they've been handled, or more specifically managed, which is why they are so annoying as an organization, okay? So now that I mention that, let's get started. So first and foremost, when it comes to, or I should say my only point for this video, when it comes to why the police are so annoying, is that it simply comes down to the fact that the police, in all honesty, a lot of them are instigators, and not just instigators. You can't really do anything to them even if they start shit. Because the truth of the matter about the police, as I'm certain everyone is aware, for that matter, is that if you do anything to police, even compared to other types of crimes, you will experience the worst backlash you can imagine in your freaking life, okay? And that's why even hardened criminals, like the most hardened criminals, some of them might kill like 5, 10 or more people, do not fuck with the police, okay? They say like people who shoot at the police or kill the police, whatever you like to say, get beaten up by their gang because they know it's gonna bring unwanted heat, okay? That's the truth. Everyone kind of knows it at this point, okay? Don't fuck with the police, okay? So that's the truth of the matter when it comes to the police, okay? And that's why so many people do not like them, for that matter. Because the truth of the matter is that the police in general, compared to what a lot of people believe, actually tend to have a way of starting shit with people, to put it bluntly. They have a history of going around starting fights, shit with people, picking on people who are vulnerable, whether it be people who have mental health problems, black people, let alone minorities in general. Not to mention just picking on people who might have done something wrong in the past, but you cannot define someone's entire existence on something they did like 5, 10 or plus years ago. Like those are people the police like to harass. They are known for that. Everything from just stopping you for unwanted reasons, asking you stupid questions that are literally designed to piss you off, to even just laughing and making jokes in front of your face, to the point that you kind of feel extremely angry and hurt, because you can clearly tell, they might say otherwise, that they're making fun of you and saying terrible things about you, okay? And the thing is that sometimes not only is it those type of things that are obviously in itself instigatory, sometimes they'll literally hit someone for no real reason, even if you didn't do any crime, and God forbid you hit them freaking back, which any self-respecting human being would do. If you're hit for no apparent reason because you didn't do anything wrong, now I have to worry about anything from a statewide, province-wide, wherever you live, whether Canada or America, you get the point, warrant for my arrest, and if it gets bad enough, it could be a national situation where there's a national manhunt, which, oh Lord have mercy, you do not want to have that happen to you, okay? That's the truth of the matter. They've been doing that stuff for years, and they've been carrying on that way for years. They are a very dislikable organization. I never was a big fan of them, even when I was younger, and I'm still not a big fan of them today. They just do stupid shit, and they just instigate a lot of people and start shit with a lot of people, for that matter, okay? And just put you in a place, in a lot of cases, where even if they say that, oh, it's for your best interest, you're just gonna have to hear someone say the N-word like 24/7, whether it could be the inmates or even the guards themselves. So it's like, what exactly are you trying to help me with, okay? For that matter, okay? Even if, someone's like a drug addict or whatever, they're stupid and annoying, and that's why some people do not like them. Not to mention, to add to that, to further expand upon my point, when it comes to why the police are so dislikable, is it also comes down to the fact that a lot of them are just simply straight up dumb when it comes to handling conflict resolution. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of police get themselves in situations where there could be fights, disputes, but most importantly, of course, fights, and the person who actually hits back gets in more trouble than the person who hit first, in all honesty. you know, obviously who's the instigator. So that's exactly the point I'm trying to get across here, if anything. So if you're gonna obviously arrest someone, you hit the person who hit first, for that matter, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, the police, whether it could be fighting or even just something more serious like killing someone, they have this weird way of thinking, okay? For that matter, something known as excessive force. Like, oh, you know, well, you had the right to defend yourself, but you took it too far, which some way, somehow, when you're in a panicking situation, your adrenaline's pumping in because you're being physically assaulted, because you're being, of course, attacked. Somehow you're going to think logically, but anyway, that's how they think, and it's a very stupid rule. And it literally doesn't make any sense. You might have someone follow you and bother you. You push them too hard, and then they hit their head, and then they wake up, you know, paralyzed for the rest of their life, and their family's trying to sue you for as much money as you have and even beyond. When it's clear as day, because you can see on the camera, that person was not only following that person, he was doing it for quite some time, to the point where it's like we can clearly tell that person was stalking him and was trying to look for problems. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say, you know, which is actually why here in Canada, specifically Toronto, people hate vagrants so much, you know, because a lot of them just start fights and they start shit for no reason, and God forbid you give them a real beating, you know, like, you know, or a real licking, as Caribbean people would say. And now you're facing not only tens of thousands of dollars in paying for a lawyer, you could still lose a case and pay some serious 5 to 10 years in prison for someone who just started a fight for no apparent real reason and couldn't even handle it when you fought back. That's why a lot of people hate them so much. And from what I also heard, all of them pretty much have weapons on them, like knives and stuff, which makes them even more unbearably annoying, okay? That's the truth of the matter. In America, it's probably even worse, you know, especially where you live. But either way, the point is that people have a right to defend themselves. And to think that the police would put their time and effort into getting involved in something that doesn't relate to them, and obviously enforcing a rule that's fucked up and messed up, and all honesty, when it's as clear as day, yeah, you clearly started a fight, is wrong, you know, for that matter. And it's not good for anyone's mental health, okay? To think that I literally defended myself, I was being bullied by this person for God knows how long, you know, I can't even remember, like, anytime I've had a happy time ever, I beat him up after he did so and so to me. Now I'm facing like 6 to 10 months in prison, and even possibly more, for defending myself, because apparently I gave him a real beating, and now he's really injured, and now now I have to deal with all this bullshit, let alone a family suit, which makes you wonder why the police would enforce rules like that. Because just because it's your job does not mean you have to enforce it. It's like it's like bringing up the Nazis or the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II. They didn't have to do the things that they did. Oh, well, I was ordered to do it. No, you didn't have to do it. You did it because this is a reflection of you. You don't have to do that stuff, you know, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So it's the same thing. It's just like saying the Nazis, oh, well, are they guilty of the evils that they committed just because they were ordered to do so? Does that make any sense to you? No. So why is it any different for the police? And that's the reason why so many people hate the police so passionately, okay, is that is that not only do they, of course, as I was saying before, you know, just start shit with people, create a lot of fights and arguments, they also prevent people from being able to follow the most basic human right, if not the most important of all human rights, which is the ability to defend yourself. They don't do that. Let you do that because they're stupid, and that's the truth of the matter. That's why everyone hates the police so passionately. Or not everyone, but a lot of people hate them so much it's not even funny. And that's the truth of the matter when it comes to police, and why there's such a huge dislike for them. So anyway, this is my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave people who might not be familiar with this topic a different perspective on it when it comes to why so many people hate the police, for that matter. And I hope you find this video enlightening, and hopefully videos like this can help push the police to improve and become a better organization, so they don't have to get as much hate as they get, because obviously we need someone to protect us from bad people in society. So anyway, this is all I have to say, and if there's anything more to say, just remember, if you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumb this video up and the subscribe button. And this is all I have to say, and simply put, I'm out. So bye.